Hi, this is Lori with DIY Wedding Designs. I started this brand new channel because I just love making projects like these, especially for weddings. Today I'm going to make this silk flower bouquet. Silk flowers have come a long way in the last few years. I mean, these are so pretty, and I love that satin flower, satin rose in the center there. I think they're getting more popular with weddings because you can make them ahead and one less thing to stress about on the wedding day, and they're less expensive also. So consider subscribing if you like the video. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by, and enough talking, let's get started. All right, welcome back everyone. I'll go over my materials quick here. This is a really pretty satin rose I found at Michael's. I thought it would look nice as a focal point for a bouquet. And it had this leaf down here that was attached, but I cut that off and then wired and wrapped it, and then it can sit up here by the flower. And then I bought this bush of hydrangeas, and all of these came on one stem, which is nice because then you don't have to buy one. It's less expensive if you can get a bunch on one stem. And then I cut the foliage off. I always keep that because you can use it for another project. And then I cut these down to about 7 inches. 7 flowers actually came on this, but one was kind of a little guy, so I'm not going to use him today. I'm going to use him with a different project. These are picks I made from 2 different stems, also from Michael's. The flower here is called Masterwort. It's got kind of a cool texture to it, and the color matches pretty good. Whoa, leaves are flying off. Matches the rose really good with the color. And then I paired it with this gold glitter eucalyptus, but man, is that messy. Whew. It's just a lot. But anyway, cut these here and then remove some of the lower stems, and then you wire and wrap it, and then you can put it with a different flower. But it's messy. It comes off really easy for some reason. It's not, I don't know, it sheds glitter. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with glitter because it's so messy, but I do like the way it looks. Oh, and you can use Play-Doh if you ever need to. Play-Doh works really good to pick up glitter if you're trying to get it off of your work surface, which probably isn't necessary because I'm going to get it all full of glitter again. This is the foliage I cut off of the hydrangeas, and then I wired and wrapped that, and I have 4 of those, and that's going to go on around like a collar around the bouquet. And then I thought maybe I'd do, if there's new people out there, do a quick demo of how I do my wire and wrap. And this is the stem wire I used. It's 20 gauge. And and I fold it over, mix it a little bit stronger. Fold it over, and then put it through put it through the top of it, and then it kind of holds it together really good. And then squeeze it and kind of make it as straight as you can. And then you'll need the green floral tape, glitter all over it. And I like to pull a piece off. Most people, when they're doing it, they're wrapping it around and it's flipping and flopping everywhere. So I think it's easier to just pull off a length of it, about like that, or whatever, as long as you need it. And stretch it a little bit. That's what activates the glue in it, if you can just give it a little stretch. And then I start about a ½ inch down from the top and wrap it around. It's kind of clumsy, you need 3 hands. And then wrap back up to the top, and then back down, and do a couple extra rounds where the stem meets the wire, kind of a couple extra. And then you're just going to wrap all the way down as far as you want. Probably 6-7 inches is about what I've been doing my stems at. And then when you get near the bottom, you're going to need your wire cutters to cut off the excess here. Oh, it's flying around here. And then use the bottom of the green floral tape to cover the bottom, because those wires get really sharp. So you can just kind of cover the bottom of it with the floral tape. This is kind of a cool greenery also that would look good with a bouquet. This is what I use as my holder. These are some tubes I got from Amazon. I could put a link down at the bottom in my description if anybody wanted to get these particular ones. They're pretty sturdy. I like them. They're about 1.25 inches 1/4 across, which is smaller. Well, actually I made the flowers for all the flowers for my son's wedding, and when I did that I actually did use a paper towel roll, and it worked okay. It stayed pretty sturdy. You know, you're sticking that big, oh, this is falling apart, I keep playing with it all the time. When you stick that bouquet in there, it keeps it pretty sturdy, and then you're wrapping it with all that ribbon. So that's another option too. But these were pretty inexpensive. And then I cut it down to about 6.5 inches, and then did some notches in the top, because when you put the bouquet down in there, then it can open it up a little bit and it'll fit a little better in there. These are the boutonnieres and the corsages I made for the wedding also. Anyway, back to this one. This is the ribbon I got from Michael's, and I thought this was kind of a cool looking ribbon. Looks like a pink candy cane or something. I just like the way it looked better than the plain ribbon. And then you will also need 2.5 inch ribbon to do the bottom here of the bouquet, and then we glue that down, and then we wrap the ribbon around it. And oh, I found these at Hobby Lobby. I thought they were really cute. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of a bling looking I do, and they're little slides, and you can put them right on some ribbon. And then I thought maybe of putting them on one of the, put them on the handles and then kind of glue it down. I thought that would look kind of cute on the handle. And then you'll also need this kind of wire on a spool, and that's what we're going to wrap around the bouquet itself. And then just your glue gun, and that's, we're going to put a bunch of hot glue in there and stick it down, and it'll look really nice. All right, let's get started. All right, we're going to put this together. I like to put the bouquets together inside of the holder. I know a lot of people hold them in their hands, but I think that's harder. So I take my holder and I wrap it in some paper towel and put it in a mug, and it holds it up really nice. All right, so here's my 6 hydrangeas. I'm going to put those in first. And you want to kind of make a, you know, a ring around the holder, inside the holder there. And then we're going to put our rose right in the center, so you kind of want to find where the center is. And I'm going to keep the leaf right with it when I put it in there. And you just want to look down and make sure it goes in the right place there. All right, so we got that, the hydrangea here. And I do the picks. As it gets more full and more full, you kind of have to move them just a little bit to put other stems in, so you just kind of move it a little bit over. I like to put the eucalyptus facing out from the center. Kind of like matches this, because this is on the outside and the eucalyptus facing that way. It's getting full in there. All right, so we're gonna do the hydrangeas right about there. Now my center flower, a little bit above everything else. You can always bend the stems if you want it out further. The more you bend the stems this way, the bigger the bouquet is going to be. So it's however you like it. Some people like a smaller, tighter flower or smaller, tighter bouquet, but I usually spread them out a little bit. All right, so there. That's about how I want it. You can always keep fluffing and keep fluffing, because they do move around a little bit. All right, so that's our main flowers together there. Now to put the greenery or the foliage on, I usually do take it out because it's getting pretty fat in there. And crisscross, if you crisscross the stems here a little bit, that makes it fuller also. If you want it smaller or tighter, you can just cinch it way up here. Otherwise, if you want it a little fuller, then you're going to hold it down here and just crisscross the stems a little bit. And then for our foliage, I'm going to put that in, right, oops, I don't know if I'm too close there. Put that here, and then one across from it. Over here, it's harder to hold like this. And then the other one here, and here. So you can always put it back in the holder if you feel like you want to adjust it a little bit more. And look around, see in the bottom. There you can see the leaves are kind of all the way around. Otherwise move them if you don't like them where they're at. So that's going to be how it looks from the bottom. And that's from the top. You can see it okay. Like I said, you can keep moving stuff around and moving it around, and then next time you look at it, you want to move it around again. But I do want to keep this up a little bit, that main flower. All right, we're going to work on the holder next. Okay, I did it off camera, but once you get your bouquet the way you want it, take that spool of wire and wrap it around several times and cut it, and then do green floral tape all the way around it also to kind of, it'll hold it together good. This is what I put on the bottom of my holder. And what I do is it's 2.5 inch ribbon, and I cut off a 2.5 inch piece. And then I draw a circle. I make a trace circle around the holder there. And then cut this, so it's basically like this. And then just cut the corners off to make a circle. And then you're going to cut these notches in there like that, and that helps it go on the holder better and stay better. And we're going to do our hot glue all the way around. Hot glue dries so fast though. Get it about centered there. And hold it a little bit. All right, good to go with that. I'll let that cool a minute. Okay, we're going to keep going with our ribbon around our holder. I'll do one line down here. You want to make sure you line this up. So I drew a line around the holder. I'm going to do this on the top so that it lines up properly. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then you're going to go around. I don't know that you need, well, a little bit. It kind of makes bumps on it, so I try and use as little glue as possible. I think it works good to roll it like this instead of holding it, and then you can see where it's lining up. Okay. Oh, and I am using this ribbon first. I know I showed this, which I am going to put on also, but it's too sheer. You could see it, so that's why I'm putting this other 2.5 inch first. So when you see where when you start to overlap, get a little bit more glue here. Try and keep it to a minimum glue. So get to where you're overlapping, and then you're going to start slanting it and going up that way. Once it's glued there, I don't put much more glue. I know some do glue it all the way up there, but it's not going anywhere if it's glued there. And then of course we glue it at the top. Okay, that's a nice fit there. And then this is going to be covered by that other ribbon also. And this can come up over there. That's okay. It's gonna, you know, it's just the bottom of the holder. If you want, what would probably work good is to cut the little bit of notches. I'll do that once I cut notches also in the ribbon, and then that can open up. Okay, so and then for the second piece of ribbon, I folded it over and glued just so it's a nicer end on there. And then I usually start it where that part of the ribbon stopped. Alright, so, and we're going to slant it a little bit going up so that it matches the other ribbon. Not a lot. Try not to do a lot. Okay. All right, so then we're going to start going around maybe really little here. And then you really can just follow that up, and you don't, you know, since that's a nicer end on there, you don't have to worry, at least I don't. You can always put something around the bottom, but you know, you're going to be holding it like this. I don't think there's anything wrong with that end showing. All right, and then I kind of was keeping it right with the lines there. But and again, I don't glue all the way. I don't see where it would, I don't think it's moved. I've never had one where that doesn't work, because if you put too much glue, it kind of shows there, and I don't like the way that looks. So then we're gonna glue the top. I'm left-handed, so I got that over there. Here. Could do another glue if you want, but I don't think that's going anywhere. All right, and there we go. All right, I don't want to forget my I do here. So I would want that to show on the front. So I would start back here with the ribbon. Oop, upside down. Don't put it on upside down. Do a little glue here. About there, I think. Probably cut that a little too short, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go with it. And then this I really don't glue down, so you can move the letters how you want. All right. That's our holder. All right, the big finale here. We're gonna put that down inside. Put whatever side you like the most. I don't know if it matters. Like, I think this is a little prettier here this way. Put that how you want. The further you push it down, it's gonna squeeze those and make it more compact, which maybe you want. Otherwise, I push it down just about to the foliage there. And then you're gonna glue the heck out of that. And there's your bouquet. Hope you like it. Let me know. I'm thinking about doing boutonniere and corsages to match this, so let me know in comments if that's something people would want. It'd be awesome if you would subscribe, like, or or thumbs up. I'm kind of new at this, but just to keep things going. If not, thanks for stopping by.